Today I want to talk about one of my favorite movies that I saw this year.
Nope.
I saw Nope when it first came out in theaters, and now that it's out on digital, I was so excited to really dive in and see everything I missed. So let's do that together.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Hello everyone, my name is Landon. Just in case you didn't know, make sure you click the subscribe button down below, click like, it helps the channel out. We've gone over some kid movies in the past, Spy Kids, The Little Vampire, some great shows like Squid Game, but today, let's break down Jordan Peele's Nope and talk about all the fun Easter eggs and see what we missed. Before we get started, this is going to be filled with spoilers, so just a little warning there. If you haven't seen the movie yet, go watch first, then come back and let's talk about it. So Nope starts off with a biblical quote here that says, "I will cast abominable filth at you, make you vile, and make you a spectacle." This, without knowing, actually talks about the plot of the entire movie. The spectacle, the idea of
The Oprah shot.
that we hear all the time from Emerald and OJ. And we start off in the scene from Gordy's home, setting up a little bit of foreshadowing for the future here. This monkey here, okay, I mean, I know it's CGI, and I was thinking to myself the entire time, like, I know they're not hiring a real ass monkey to betray a monkey that killed everybody because it was working too hard, but it didn't. You could tell it's CGI. We begin the film on the Haywood Hollywood Ranch, where OJ and his father, Otis Sr., are out on the farm, when all of a sudden the sky starts raining a little bit of a metal shower. As we see the electricity in the cell phones cutting out for the first time, we get the real first clue as to what's going on in this movie. As Otis Sr. is looking up in the sky wondering what's happening, one of the metal pieces that falls down is actually a nickel that falls into Otis's eye. To me, this sets up another foreshadowing moment of spectacle. Spectacle is what's going to be our ultimate downfall, and I believe that that is why specifically Otis got hit in the eye with that coin. Of course, OJ is so confused, tries to rush his father to the hospital as soon as possible.
You good? You good? Good. Pops?
Just want to start by saying the acting in this movie is superb, okay? Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer carry this movie, make it so much funnier than I thought it could possibly be for a horror movie. After learning that his father unfortunately did not make it through this injury, we get our opening sequence, which, spoiler alert here, if you have not seen the movie, you do not know that you are actually looking at the creature from the very beginning. It feels like you're just zooming into a video screen, but at the end of the movie, you learn that was actually jean jacket we were getting sucked into. It zooms in on this video called Plate 626, shout out to Stitch, but this is from Edward Muybridge's Animal Locomotion, the very first assembly of photographs used to create a motion picture which portrayed a black jockey on a horse, videoed for the first time to see how horses actually did run. Now this is what we start to separate the truth from the fiction of the movie. The Haywoods claim that this is one of their ancestors. That is how they started this Haywood Horse Company, where they would loan out horses to movie films and TV shows if they ever needed a trained horse on set. Now, we also open up to OJ trying to continue on this business that his father passed down to him after he unfortunately passed away from the nickel in the sky.
Your name is OJ?
Yeah, Otis Jr.
Oh.
During this first introduction at the TV show, Keke Palmer comes in, and I swear to God, I saw this in the theater. It was only 3 people in the entire theater, and I cracked up so loud every time Keke was on screen. It's just something about her personality, and like, I just want to become like a stan. Like, I want her to be an idol so I could just like get photo cards of her. So when she says this,
"I'm Emerald Haywood. I direct, write, produce, act. I do a little singing on the side."
I was literally cracking up in the movie theater. This sets up the director that's going to come into the end of the movie, as well as animals as the aggressors. While they're setting up for this TV show, movie, or whatever it is, Lucky is there and gets spooked by the chrome light reflecting ball thing. This forces him to kick makeup artist, also the bucket that's right there too, which I've seen somebody online say, is this a clue that Lucky is gonna kick the bucket? And I was like, not Lucky. She's so lucky. She's that horse. But you know what? Lucky did not get to keep this job. Unfortunately, they did fire Lucky after this incident, and they went with a full CGI horse. You can see the CGI horse being brought in the back there, kind of just being like, you know what, this is the future now. We could do everything CGI, which is another message to me about the spectacle, the idea. The whole point of this movie is that we want to see the spectacle. We want to see wildest, craziest things, because that's what we're so used to at this point, since we're all connected. As OJ and Emerald are driving out of the movie set, they start passing by random parts of the town when we see our wacky inflatable tube flailing men for the first time ever, a hint that they'll be coming back in the future, being reflected off of the glass that Kiki is looking through. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with not looking the alien in the eye. We'll get to that in a little bit. But they head over to Jupe's Claim, which is a small amusement park that now Jupe of previous Gordy's Home fame now runs. So this is starting to tie back with the first clip, with the chimpanzee going crazy at the filming of Gordy's Home and actually killing a lot of the actors there on set. We make it to Jupe's Claim, and OJ is gonna go talk to Jupe about selling him some more horses. What OJ thinks is happening is that Jupe is just taking these horses, keeping them and using them as a show for a little while, and then OJ will eventually be able to buy them back. But as they're having their conversation here, you can see the weariness in Jupe's eyes that something may not be right, and he may not be getting his horses back.
To lay some groundwork for a pathway of buying some of them back, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Another little fun fact too that I saw, that if you look at Jupe's desk, you can see the scissors from Jordan Peele's Us sitting on there too, so a fun little callback Easter egg. Since Jupe knows he's not gonna be able to sell those horses back, he is quick to change the subject.
Gordy's Home is a short-lived but fabled sitcom I starred in '96 after Kid Sheriff blew up.
Yeah, my pops told me about this show. The monkey went crazy or some shit.
And brings Emerald and OJ into his Gordy's Home museum, where he has the shoe and all of the different mementos from Gordy's Home when he was filming there. And this goes to show you that Jupe loves the spectacle, and that's gonna prove deadly in the future. But that moment for Jupe, though it was literally fatal and hurt a lot of people, since he didn't get hurt, he saw this as a spectacle that he can memorialize in a different way than everybody else, which I thought was an interesting spin on it. But then we also get to see that shoe that was just standing up by itself. What would you call that? I saw somebody online say this was another example of a bad miracle. We're going to talk about that a little bit more whenever OJ brings that up, but I do want to say a couple more things about this Jupe museum. It's very obvious that he doesn't remember exactly what happened in that traumatic moment, because he's not able to recreate and retell the story. It's obvious that the trauma blocked him from letting that moment settle in as how it really happened, and he is out here referring to an SNL skit that you can watch instead.
You haven't seen the Bad Gordy sketch on SNL? I mean, I pretty much nailed it better than I could.
To me, that shows signs of trauma blocking the trauma and not letting you really relive it again. And you may be thinking, why did Gordy not attack Jupe at that filming of Gordy's Home? And we're going to talk about that also in a little bit. There's a good reason.
Legendary shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and look that one up on YouTube.
OJ and Emerald get back home. They're like, you want to drink something? And OJ's like, I got a little weed. And Kiki said, get the weed, baby. That's all you had to say was the weed.
So I guess you don't want to see what's good with that liquor cabinet then, huh?
I got that hobby weed too, actually.
That's all you had to say then. That heavy weed. That's all you had to say. So let me know. You should have dropped that at the top.
So they go and have a little moment where they talk about Otis Sr., or their father, and how there was this one horse named Jean Jacket.
Remember Jean Jacket?
Yeah, good horse.
Supposed to be my first horse, actually.
That Emerald was supposed to start training at 9 years old. It ended up that Otis Sr. didn't allow that and instead started training Jean Jacket with OJ, Otis Jr. Emerald said something very specific in this that I didn't catch until my second watch, but she says, Pops never looked up at me, which I thought was a very strange thing, but she did say, but you looked up at me, OJ. So that was that little bonding moment, but whenever I started to think about it, I was like, okay, Otis Sr. didn't look up at Emerald while he was doing the training with Jean Jacket, but Otis Sr. did look up at Jean Jacket when he was in alien form, causing his actual death. So does that have anything to do, any relation at all, that he didn't look up to his actual daughter, but he did look up to the horse? That's the kind of vibes I was getting from that, but she said that, OJ, you did look up at me, and I was like, he did, he loves you. Then we make it into our first chaptered part. So our first chapter here is Ghost. The rest of the movie will be separated into chapters based on the horse that dies in the chapter. Spoiler alert. Not always, we'll talk about the exception, but Emerald wonders how Ghost got into the arena, so OJ wants to go check on it. As he's doing that, he starts to hear these yells, this creepy, eerie sounds, and
Yeah.
To be honest, just to kind of go off subject for a bit, I loved the sound design of this so much. They found a way to find sounds that sounded creepy and eerie, but also sounded like something zooming over your head, which was like a really, really cool thing. And to hear it in the theaters, it was really nice. So this is the night that OJ first sees the alien spacecraft, alien ship in the sky, and he's freaked out, understandably. But he also notices there's a setup somewhere, and in the distance you can see some lights lit up, and you can hear somebody practicing a speech. You can hear him say, "What if I told you you'll leave here different?" And then later on in the movie too, you can also hear that that is how a part of the speech goes. So,
what if I told you that in about an hour you'll leave here different?
here is Ju practicing with the alien, where he is using these horses as sacrifice to this alien because he thinks he can control the spectacle. That will all change in the future, but now we're getting our first sight here of what Jupe is actually up to. Creepy. Sound design so good in this movie. I think it's one of my favorite parts. We know that the alien is getting close now because all of the power starts going out again whenever Emerald is having this really cool scene. Just love how they do the sound effects of the dying power. They always drag it out and pitch the voice down, which makes it so creepy. But yes, OJ sees it for the first time and they know shit's up. They come back together, and this is where we first hear of what they describe as a bad miracle.
What's a bad miracle? We got a word for that.
I think this plays a very prevalent and important part in this movie. Back to the Gordy's home scene, where the monkey is killing everybody, and you see that one shoe standing directly up. Jupe has that in his museum. It's obvious that that was a very strong piece of that moment of Gordy's attack. So whenever he looks up and he sees that shoe standing up by itself, I've seen some people refer to that as a bad miracle. Something that is horrible is happening because of something miraculous to happen. And that can be also seen with this UFO. It killed Otis's father, but at the end of the day, you have a UFO flying around, which is like a miracle, you know, something that we didn't know could happen. Kiki says, F this, let's go to get some cameras. We're about to be rich off of this. If this alien wants to haunt us, if this alien wants to get us, we're gonna make money. We're gonna get a shot. And what kind of shot are we gonna get? The Oprah shot. You get a shot. You get a shot. No, but they said that they want to be able to film this alien with some of the best footage so they could A, make some money, B, get some notoriety. That's more so Emerald, what Emerald wants. OJ's a little bit more standoffish, but they go to Fry's where they meet the cashier / installation guy named Angel.
Just find everything you're looking for today?
Yes, Angel.
Who will become a big part of this movie as well. Another fun fact too, I'm not sure if you guys knew, I've never actually been into a Fry's, but since I moved to California, I see a bunch of closed down stores that were like Fry's, but each Fry's had its own specific theming, and it just so happened this was the UFO one. So very convenient, but also very cool to the movie plot. OJ and Emerald are trying to casually check out and not be suspicious about what they're buying, but Angel is onto them. He's like, y'all are sus, y'all are liars, something's not right, y'all are being weird, y'all are being weird, what's going on?
That's technology.
Okay, or maybe you're in a UFO hotspot.
But it ends up that Angel comes out to help them install all the cameras, and he really knows something is up whenever OJ says,
No more.
More. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
towards like the point to the sky, and so Angel just ends it as like, you know what? They're called UAPs now.
Fucking UAPs now. Why they gotta change the name?
And I didn't know this, but apparently it's a thing. Unidentified aerial phenomenon. So that way when people Google UFOs, they don't see the new shit that's coming up. I don't know. They talk about how the military declassified a lot of videos and stuff too, which really did happen. So I don't know where the truth ends and the movie starts.
Remember when they declassified all that UFO footage a couple years ago? Yeah, well, people started paying attention.
So they are going to capture this alien on video. That's what we're doing now. That's the whole point. We want to capture, we want proof, we want to know that we're not crazy. And we are actually seeing finding this alien. So what does Kiki do? Kiki goes down to Jupe's claim, steals one of the little horse dummy things with a long string of flags attached to it. You can see the little guy in one of the establishing shots in the beginning too, which I think is just like why I love Jordan Peele's filmmaking, is like every shot has a meaning, and that was one of those meanings. There's no reason they should have did a close-up of that horse, but they did because they knew we'd need him. So they're setting up for everything, and then Jupe arrives to invite them to his brand new star show. And Jupe doesn't really explain what it is, but we're gonna see how extravagant it is soon. I love this part too, because Jupe's like, I got one of those horses too. It looks just like that.
You know, we got some of those. Where'd you get
yours?
Then we make it to our next chapter, Clover. R.I.P. Clover. So one of the first scenes that happens in this Clover chapter is actually a pretty scary one. It's like one of the ones that I kind of, I started getting suspense from. And they did it right. There's some commotion out in the barn, and OJ goes to turn off all the lights, close up the barn, etc. The lights come back on, bitch. Then all of these little alien things start coming out, and OJ's like, nope, nope, nope. But he's like, oh shit, I need to get the shot. So he's setting up here, try to get that perfect shot. One of the little aliens is on the side of him and dares to just in his face, and OJ said nope and knocks the bitch out. We find out that it's actually Jupe's kids pretending to be aliens because Jupe wants to buy the land, the whole farm.
Don't mess with Jupiter's claim!
And suspicion that Jupe knew that Emerald stole his horse statue thing, so he sent his kids to get back at him.
What happened?
Jupe's sons.
They trying to prank Haywood? It's on!
You stole their horse.
I don't know, a little bit mix of both there, but I loved that scene a lot. Even though it scared me a little bit, it wasn't the scariest part of the movie. So then we go back into the Fry's electronics store. We see Angel talking to one and only Barbie Ferreira, her little moment. She gets pinned in the beginning like she's gonna have a huge role, but it really is not a very big role. She is literally just standing there wondering what's going on and what Angel's doing on these computers.
What happened to OJ?
I think they needed her there as like a, oh, watch your mouth, there's somebody else here. And during this time, our BFF, Praying Mantis, decides to set up shop on top of one of the main cameras.
Ancient fucking aliens down.
He's gonna be a little buggy bitch. Remember him. Angel calls him, like, fuck, get that thing off of there. But then all of a sudden, OJ is outside with Clover when the alien attacks. We see that the alien sucks up the horse dummy with the long line of flags underneath it because it thinks it's a real thing. During this time, they notice that the alien is in the cloud. And this is one of my favorite scenes from Kiki, where she says,
It's in the cloud. It's in the cloud.
OJ! It's in the cloud! Run, OJ! Run!
So still set on trying to get that perfect shot, Kiki takes a ladder, goes to the roof, starts throwing Sour Patch Kids at the praying mantis that's sitting on top of the roof, and...
Hi, bitch. You like Sour Patch Kids? Huh?
Bitch doesn't budge. Said first you're sour, then we're sour. He's not gonna get sweet. But it goes to show you that even in this time of distress, she is telling OJ to run, she is still trying to get this shot. And that goes to show, like, what will we do for that perfect shot? We get some really good footage here of the alien as well for the first time. Definitely one of the more tense scenes in the movie. At the end of it though, the alien ends up eating Clover. R.I.P. Clover. I miss your girl already. One of my favorite things too, Kiki always coming with the line. She said, I'ma eat him.
I better pray I don't ever see him, because if I do, I'ma eat him.
She's just so funny, y'all. If y'all want to watch this movie just for her, do it. And then OJ has a flashback to himself and his father, Otis Sr. in the barn, where Otis Sr. says this.
I guess some animals ain't fit to be trained.
That goes to show what we're gonna see with Jupe in the future, but setting up that little flashback also shows that this is how OJ knows all of the behaviors of the alien and what it's gonna do and how he kind of figures it out, because the first time I saw the movie, I'm like, how did he know all this? But the second time I watched it, I'm like, oh. They specifically set it out to let you know exactly how he knew this. They have officially had enough. So they call the director, one of the first scenes of the movie where they're doing that TV show shoot or whatever, and calls that director because they know that he likes the impossible shot, and that's what he wants to get. The director says, no way, y'all are crazy.
It's the dream you never wake up from.
I don't like him.
when we see him watching a bunch of videos of predators, meaning that's what he wants to capture, is like the predatory side of nature in real life. So he's actually the perfect person to do this.
Oh yeah, Russ girl, sure.
After that happens, Angel shows up and he's like, bitch, have y'all not seen this yet? You don't know? He goes to show them outside there is one cloud in the sky that does not move, meaning something ain't right about that cloud, and the alien is hiding in it.
And that cloud has been right there, at least since I set the cameras up.
Probably been looking at the same damn cloud every day for the last 6 months.
That's them in there, and we've been recording it, so we got it.
They said, isn't this the proof? And they said, yes, the proof, but it ain't the Oprah shot.
It's good, but it ain't it. Ain't Oprah.
There was one point too where OJ says, but what if it's not a ship?
What if it's not a ship?
Because you know what? This isn't an alien ship, y'all. This is a predator. It's no more than an alien animal that just needs to eat. Its entire body being its digestive food, or its form of camouflage being that silver thing. Like so many things to digest we'll get down to in a second. But first, let's go back to Gordy. We are taken back to 1998 on the set of Gordy's home, and we get to see the scene where Gordy goes wild, kills his co-actors and his figures, and hurts a lot of other people there. During the scene is Gordy's birthday, and a balloon comes out of a box and actually hits and bursts because of a stage light. During this time, Jupe is hiding underneath the table, watching Gordy do all of this destruction from behind a tablecloth. Now, keep in mind, this tablecloth is sheer, so he can still see through it, but he is not making direct eye contact with Gordy. That means a lot. They said that if you look the animal in the eye, that's when they attack. So keep that in mind also for the UAP in the sky. Gordy goes through this whole moment. It's actually a really sentimental moment where you think that Gordy and Jupe are gonna heal. They go in for a fist bump, but the police shoot Gordy, as they probably should have. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he killed a lot of people. So Jupe never gets that moment, but he was just watching him through that tablecloth the entire time. Now, this is how the idea of a spectacle is in Jupe's head now. He thinks what he just did was win against this. Everybody else lost against this wild predator. So now he has this obsession and thinks that he has the ability to control these wild animals, these wild phenomenon. So Jupe tries to train the alien. Okay? Get that through your head. Jupe tries to train the alien so he can make a frickin' amusement park show after him. Like, what? Jupe?
What we saw was a flying saucer.
Everybody I was kind of reading was saying that this was the reason that Jupe felt confident enough and felt like he had the ability to do this alien show in the sky is because he's the one that survived Gordy. If he survived Gordy's home, then what can't he survive, you know? After the Gordy scene, we make our way back to Jupe at Jupe's claim where he's about to do his big new show, the Star Show Attraction, baby. This is where the next title starts, Lucky. Like I said, the only time that a horse did not die during its chapter, right? OJ finds the invitation from Jupe buried underneath a pile of horse shit, which to me represents like this whole thing is a shit show. You see what I did there? You see what they did there? But OJ decided,
I'm gonna get lucky.
But in the meantime, here we are for the grand show. If you look at Jupe's shirt here, his outfit, it is an alien space theme, bejeweled, bedazzled, whatever kind of thing. I kind of just love this shows the dedication and how successful he thought it would be and like what he put into this. But as we all know, the show did not go as planned.
Stay in your seats. This is new. They're early.
So it's supposed to be an hour-long pre-show before the grand finale was supposed to be Jupe feeding Lucky to the alien in front of everybody. But the alien decided to start that show a little early.
The Star Lasso Experience.
Now here is one of the most terror-filled moments in this movie. All these innocent audience member, bystanders, staff of Jupe's claim watching this show see the alien and then see the inside of the alien. Yeah, the alien eats everybody. So I was having this thought too. I was like, is it because they were all looking at him? Like if somebody didn't have sight or was vision impaired, would that matter? Is it just about facing the person? You know, I mean, of course you're gonna look at it if an alien's coming at you and then it's game over. One of the most visceral moments in this movie is when you're seeing the humans being digested inside of the alien. This one lady's just like, ah! It's like a real deep scream. You know that shit hurted. OJ arrives at Jupe's claim. He first looks over and sees a freaking pig on a roof. So obviously it's impossible for a pig to be there. So these are just one of those bad miracles too. It's like, I mean, it's a miracle because they can't like get up there themselves, but it had to have been from a bad reason, you know? OJ gets there. He tries to rescue Lucky, but the alien, aka Jean Jacket, I know it's confusing. I want to keep calling him Jean Jacket, but I don't think we get established it yet. But the alien comes in, tries to scoop it up, but Lucky's safe. Lucky's safe, but OJ passes out. I guess from like stuff falling on him? I don't really know why. So then OJ is realizing, bitch, this alien is eating people.
I was right. It's not a ship.
It might be a predator. Kiki and Angel are back at the house. Oh, I think this is the grossest, the best scene of the movie. I don't know. The alien wants to show that it is not stupid. It's smart. It knows exactly what these people are up to. So it goes to the house that Kiki and Angel are currently in and vomits up all of the metal and the blood and extra body parts and chunks of all the audience members that just ate right on top of that house. It said, "Let the rain come down." And Jean Jacket, aka the alien, sure the hell did. I don't know, this scene in the theater, I was like, ah! But it wasn't scary just much as like it gives reminiscent thoughts of The Shining and stuff like that too, where it's just like this psychological horror. Then OJ is trying to make his way to the house, and this is the part that I actually screamed really fucking loudly in the movie theater. When OJ is sitting in his truck, the alien is right on top of him. He opens his door, he noticed the rain isn't hitting him, so he knows that he's floating right up there. He says, "Hail to the no, 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 no."
Nope.
He's staying right in that car, not moving or anything, but then this happened. And I shit my pants, okay? I did shit a little bit. I did defecate a little bit in the theater, but it's fine because I needed that good scary moment for me to get hooked again. We're like more than halfway through the movie, and it's like, oh, I needed that good scare. We see that the flag is still attached to the horse dummy that was thrown at OJ in his truck, so we now know that the alien ain't gonna mess with nothing that looks like that again. The alien said, I'm not gonna be grabbing these little rainbow flags. He said, I'm homophobic. That's what he said. So, I didn't say that. The alien has now created an aversion to things that look like this. Keep that in mind. Whenever OJ and Angel and Emerald are all trying to meet up again to get the hell out of there, this is where we have the revelation from OJ. Don't look it in the eyes. If you look it in the eyes, that's a threat, that's a predator ready to attack kind of thing. If you avoid eye contact, you're more likely to survive. So that's where this whole kind of thought comes out, that maybe this is not just a regular alien with little green people in the spaceship, but maybe the actual alien is a creature itself that uses a type of camouflage to make the UFO appearance or something along those lines. All this thing is a really advanced animal or predator. They finally escape from the house area and make their way over to Angel's. Kiki is wearing this shirt that says like a Jesus lizard, which just kind of makes me laugh because like, what if Jesus was an alien? That whole conspiracy theory. They talk a little bit. They're kind of like, we need to get done. We need to figure out what to do. They get a little upset, but then OJ's like, I gotta go back to the farm. I gotta feed people. I gotta save Lucky. She's so lucky. She's a star. When they get there, they see that director that they called earlier about wanting to film it for them, trying to get that impossible shot. He showed up. He heard about all these people getting ate up at this random show at Jupe's Claim, and people are like, oh, is it a flash flood? Where'd they go? What's going on? What's happening?
We have a considerable amount of rain come through here, so we don't want to rule out flash flooding as well.
And he's like, you're right. Something fishy's going on here. Let's get it. So he officially teams up with everybody else, and they're going to get this shot. So we're setting up now for the endish of the movie where we're going to do everything we can to get that shot. I want to jump ahead a little bit too, where the director ultimately, I mean, obviously, spoiler, this is the whole spoiler review, but the director sacrifices himself at the end. But the part of the movie right here that made me think this was believable was something that I didn't catch until the second watch, where they're all sitting around talking about what they're going to do, and the director says this.
Send old Jean Jacket some fresh horses and golden hour and see what happens.
Horse people.
He is so willing to give up them horses thrown around just for that shot, that to me, that was the line that was said and needed for his ultimate sacrifice at the end to make any lick of sense. Any lick of sense. We'll talk about that more though when we get there. Then we have one of my favorite chemistry parts of this movie is when they are like, we're gonna get the shot. The director brought a non-electrical camera so they know they can get the shot. And then OJ and Emerald share this handshake.
Didn't I tell you this motherfucker was gonna come up here with a non-electrical camera? Let's go, boy! Yeah!
It just feels so real. Like they really are related. But then we get this really weird moment. The one part of the movie that just made me weirded out a little bit is when the director guy, forgetting his fucking name, Holst, starts singing the Purple People Eater song, and I get the relevancy. It was just a weird thing. And the first time I saw it in the theater, I was like, oh my god, this is lasting forever. Then I watched it again at home, and I was like, okay, it really wasn't that long, it wasn't that bad, but
he was a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater.
that was the thing that stuck with me. I was like, that weird ass part. But now, bitch, it is officially showtime. We are going to capture this alien, and this is where they decide to finally start referring to it as Jean Jacket. This is its chapter now. Jean Jacket, we're gonna get you, bitch. So it's setup time. They set up all the wacky inflatable tube men all over to see when the alien is close. It's a very smart idea because when the alien is flying over, that wacky inflatable tube flailing arm man will lose all of the power, and so it'll kind of and then you'll know that the alien is bi. Oh, bi? You know what I mean. It's a really beautiful way to capture this. The cinematography of it and everything is so beautiful. The imagery that they use throughout this entire movie is literally cinematography genius. Everything is so beautiful. Even just like shots of OJ sitting on the horse. And it's like Old Town Road realness, but it feels professional. One of the tube men officially goes down. They're like, ah!
Man down.
Jean Jacket is close. Where you at, bitch? Finally, they get everything set up, and then guess who the fuck shows up at the worst possible time? TMZ. Think about it. Think about it. Anytime any celebrity was having any kind of breakdown in the worst moments of their life, who's there to capture it on camera? Who's there in all of these spectacle moments? TMZ. And you know what? The best part about this TMZ guy, he never takes his helmet off. And I think that Jordan Peele wants us to put ourselves in that shoe, because guess what? His entire helmet is a mirror. It's a reflective. We can see ourselves in there. We are the TMZ person, because who logs on to TMZ.com to read the news story after it happens? Us. Okay? Alright. Is it worth it? But it's really funny because the TMZ guy ends up dying. And he's over here like, can you just take a picture of me, please?
Did you get that on camera? Look at me, look at me.
Why aren't you taking a picture of this? And it's like, okay, we're not that dramatic, but then if you really think about it, are we?
Where's my camera? I need my camera. Do you see it? Shut your eye. Not before you take a picture. Take a picture first.
We might be. Yeah, so anyway, I said he died already, but it's a really dramatic death where he like hits a force field area where all the electricity stops. Jean Jacket comes, OJ tries to come and help him. He says, I'm so sorry, my dude. You shouldn't do this. Leaves, and oh boy gets sucked up. Since it has to do with you looking the predator in the eyes, during this whole big plan at the end, OJ has his Scorpion King sweater on, which is from the first movie set he worked on with his father. 2, he put these reflective lights on the back of his head to make them look like eyes. So it would be a little bit more of a threat to the alien because he has something up his sleeve, or like stuffed in the back of his pants. I don't really know. So Jean Jacket starts chasing OJ after scooping up the TMZ man, and what does OJ do? Pops out his flags, bitch. Pop up, guess who's bit? Yeah, he takes his flags out, and Jean Jacket said, what the fuck? Bitch, no, I ain't doing that shit again, because he said it messed up his digestive system last time. So he pulls back. He's like, y'all are not doing that to me again. Plan worked? Maybe. This is one of the best shots too, where you see Jean Jacket put his brakes on. He says, no. They think they got the shot.
Yeah, he didn't like that, did he?
They thought it was all over.
Got it. It's over.
But Jean Jacket ain't having none of that shit. He's back. He said, this is my territory, this is my area, I'm not allowing y'all to be here. Then, this is the most confusing shot to me in the entire movie, is when the director Holst sacrifices himself. He says, hey alien, come over here, suck me up. And he's like, oh, I'm recording the whole time. First off, how are we even gonna get that film? Like, the film doesn't come back down again. Is it worth you losing your life? But then I go back to where he was trying to risk the lives of all the horses, and it's like, maybe this is his life's long work, but y'all saw where he lived. Y'all saw that beautiful house he lived in. Why would you give all that up? Put me in the will, sir. I love Angel's line in this too. He's like, yeah, he's being a little cryptic, so y'all might want to check this out.
Hey guys, Holst just said some creepy cryptic shit. Took his camera and is heading up the mountain.
Then Jean Jacket's like, fuck y'all, I'm eating all you bitches. So he comes for all of them. Luckily, Angel gets caught up in a tarp first. Then he goes for Kiki, which is one of the greatest shots. Yeah, this is one of my favorite shots too, where Kiki's in the building and the roof gets blown off and that bitch gets sucked up in the air. They used that in the trailer to make us think that she was getting sucked up permanently, but she just got sucked up and dropped down again. But it was really fun moment there too. It kind of just got you. It was like, no, Kiki, please survive, girl. You're my favorite. Angel sees that Jean Jacket is still not giving him any grace. and he puts on his barbed wire dress, his homecoming barbed wire dress, and he says, if you're gonna want a treat, you're gonna have a really, really messy treat. After Angel is wrapping himself up in barbed wire, Jean Jacket comes back again, and this time really starts showing its true form. It's giving me Pokemon, it's giving me Gardevoir. It's like, alright, listen, I'm biological. I'm not just an alien spacecraft, I am the animal. And this is, like I said, we finally see the real vision of it. It has a little box mouth. We realized in the very first shot of the movie when we were zooming in to the actual title sequence or intro, we were looking at Jean Jacket the whole time. Jordan did a little twisty twist on us. It has this flowy fabric out of it too. It just feels a little bit more biological. It feels a little bit less man-made, and we got to see its true colors. And it wasn't pretty. That bitch was ugly. I didn't mean to say a Jean Jacket, but it's true. You need to get your cloth trimmed. I don't know. But it kind of has some tentacruel vibe, tentacles. But like, they did a really good job of making something that I just couldn't even imagine off the top of my head. Like, when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, that's a good what the fuck. I would have never pictured that. So it's a good representation of what an alien, spectacle, crazy shot thing could be. Kiki tried to go get the TMZ dude's bike. It couldn't start, so OJ tries to be the better brother here and tries to lure away Jean Jacket and make them come towards him so Kiki can get away. They do this little thing that they did to each other whenever they were kids too, whenever they were looking out the window training Jean Jacket, whenever OJ was down there and Emerald was upstairs. But when they did this to each other and then now they're doing it again, to me, this is a little bit of a double entendre here. It's meaning, you know, I got you, I'm watching for you, but also means remember eye contact. Don't make eye contact with it unless you know you want it to come get you. So that kind of like reoccurring theme of eye contact, I like that. Kiki's like, I ain't eating my brother today. So the bike finally starts up and she lures Jean Jacket away towards Jupiter Claim, but so OJ can hopefully get away for free. But we don't really know what happens to OJ. We never see that. And then that's another thing too we gotta talk about at the end. Kiki does the infamous bike slide from the infamous anime that I've never seen before that everybody knows and everybody quotes. I'm so sorry about that, but it is a really badass bike slide. Whenever Emerald is there, she's like, let me kill this bitch. So she sees this giant big boy balloon or whatever and decides to release it in order to trick and maybe even distract Jean Jacket. And if you think about it, this goes all the way back to Gordy's home moment where the trained chimp on set started freaking out when the balloon hit the stage light and popped. So what happens here? During this whole struggle, Kiki lets the balloon up. Jean Jacket notices the balloon and starts going for it. In the very beginning, we see a photobomb Kiki did of this well with these boys, and she uses this photo booth to try to take pictures of Jean Jacket again. But then it goes on to think like, all right, she's trying to get this perfect shot from this old ancient well photo booth thing. But at the end of the day, by the time that Kiki is successful, Jean Jacket does eat the balloon. It explodes. The entire Jean Jacket explodes. So they killed the alien, essentially.
Nobody fucks with A-Wood, bitch! Nobody!
The news and police are there already, meaning they probably caught all of that on camera. So all of this for spectacle and for the fame and for the money, was that even worth it? So yes, Kiki did it. She killed that bitch, got it on well camera. But after everything, we get this really long zoom in on Kiki where she gets to see a whole bunch of emotions on her face. And then they show like a kind of blurry OJ in the distance with some fog kind of covering. And she's smiling, so we're thinking like, oh yeah, OJ is safe. He did it. Good job. But I've read a lot of theories that he's standing right under the out yonder sign, meaning that maybe he didn't survive. He made it to the out yonder. Also, in her face, it looks like she is seeing a ghost, kind of. And also, you can't really visually see him, and they never confirm that he survives. So we don't actually know if she's seeing him or not, if he's really there. And I kind of like how he leaves that ambiguous, but I kind of also hate it. I'm like, tell me. At the end of that, it's the end of the movie. Everything fades to orange. And as you watch the credit sequence, they go from orange all the way to a dark red. And I've also read online that the bright orange was to symbolize spectacle. Catch attention, blah, blah, blah. The orange there, but then it slowly in the credits will fade into a dark red, meaning what was the spectacle worth? Was it worth risking your blood for? Was it worth all of that at the end of the long day? Or is it all just gonna be covered up by the freaking news and police anyway, and all this was for nothing? And you're gonna be thrown into the pile of people that think they saw aliens, even though they have lots of proof, but they're trying to cover it up. You know, at the end of the day, was the spectacle worth it? And that's Nope, everyone. What was your favorite part of the movie? I hope that you enjoyed this breakdown I did here. I loved watching it a second time, and I think I'm gonna even watch it again a third time after I finish this, just because there's always new things to find, especially with Jordan Peele. I loved Us, I loved Get Out, and I loved Nope. I don't know if Nope is my favorite Jordan Peele movie. I am on the weird side of loving Us a lot. Us is definitely one of my favorites. I think it's just so out of left field, but also this is too. This is definitely all out of left field. What I kept thinking this entire time watching Nope was, this is what Malignant could have been if the ending result was worth it. You know, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Malignant. The way that it ended, it was just like, ugh, it's a disappointment. And that, I feel like when you go the absurd route, there's two things that could happen. A good ending that everybody will appreciate, or one where people are like, what the fuck? So, I think Nope had the first option. Wow, I loved it. And I hope that y'all did too. Make sure you click like, comment, and subscribe down below if you do want more of these commentary videos. I know this commentary channel doesn't even have 500 followers or subscribers, so no one's gonna watch this. But I have been going through it, and I've been missing making these commentaries on some other things in my life. So, I hope that you enjoyed this. My name is Landon, and I'll be back with more videos soon. Until then.